Happy Thursday and welcome back to the You Good Podcast, the podcast where oversharing is encouraged and the thoughts get real. As always, I am your host, C-Rod, and this week's episode is going to be a little bit different. We are turning the mic over to you guys, the listeners, the people who have DM'd us, sent us ideas, or anyone who's just been listening since day one. We had a listener submit an Instagram DM to kick things off about parenting in today's world. That lined up perfectly with the user poll winner around how we're supposed to have it all figured out. The job, the family, the money, the marriage. And we bring back an early episode segment that seemed to be very fan-friendly, Facebook memory posts. Welcome to episode 18. You asked, we answered. Let's get into it.
No, I don't want to live where I always feel broken. I just want to live with a heart wide open. I don't ever want to feel fear anymore. No.
It's Halloween, right? Spooky season. And one of the things that Callie and I like to do every year is when October 1st comes along, we watch a scary movie like every night. Whether it's her and I watching a scary movie together, adult-oriented, or sitting down with the kids and watching like Beetlejuice or something along those lines.
Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween. What's the other one with the witches? Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, and this week, or this year, we're slacking a little bit, but one movie we did just watch is Smile 2. Have you seen either of them?
I started to watch Smile 1. I haven't watched them. No.
Do you like scary movies?
Yeah, I'm fine with them. I probably put that one on probably a little too late. Like, we just watched Final Destination.
Which one? Oh, the newest one.
The newest one? Yeah, we just watched that, and we watched a bunch of other stuff, but, like, that was the main scary one. I've been trying, like, if I'm watching a scary movie around this time, it's scary. But yeah, Smile, you said?
Yeah, so the first Smile came out, I don't know, a few years ago. The second one came out last year, but essentially it's about a demonic force that takes over these people, and it's kind of like The Ring, to where this parasite feeds off of people, and it can only sit in a host body for 6 or 7 days, and then it has to find another host. But in order to find another host, it has to kill itself in front of somebody. So, like, if I was infected by the host, I would kill myself in a crazy way. You'd see it, you'd be all like, oh my god, and then the host would, or the parasite would latch onto you. You'd have 6 or 7 days with it. You'd go crazy. You'd start seeing all these weird things. You'd start smiling. I don't know. There was an award show. I don't know if it was the VMAs or something like that last year, where they panned to like the crowd and there was just a girl just smiling. I don't know do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it turned out being a promotion for, everybody's like, what is wrong with this creepy girl? Like, did anybody notice this girl just smiling at the camera? Because the announcer's like in front of her and she's like next, just smiling. And anyways, first movie was great. The second movie might have been even better because they didn't just like rewash it, the idea. They kind of put it into a new perspective, which was kind of cool. And I don't think a lot of movies do that, especially sequels, where they'll take an idea and the second movie will be like the same exact thing, just with a new cast. Well, this was a continuation. They took the same idea, but they rewashed it as something, I don't know, more interesting and like a new way to think about it. So I highly recommend it, especially if you like scary movies.
It's on the list. Like I said, I just haven't sat down and watched it. It's definitely on there.
I'm more of like the psychological thriller, to where there's an alien being in this one, but it's more of like a mind fuck, or like The Strangers. Have you seen Strangers?
Yeah.
Like where the creepy people are just outside the house. That stuff interests me more than, I don't know, Texas Chainsaw
jump scares.
Massacre. Yeah.
That makes sense.
What do you prefer? Supernatural or psychological?
Honestly, I like the jump scares. Like, but I really like them all. Like, the psychological thrillers have their purpose too. Like, I personally I like jumping Like, and I'm like, oh, because like I don't get that.
Well, watch these.
Yeah,
I was gonna say watch these because although it is psychological and they like, it's one of those movies like where you're watching where every scene you're like something's gonna happen, and then it doesn't, or then a jump scare happens. You're like, oh shit.
okay.
I think you'd like them. I think you'd like.
Yeah,
them.
no, I'm like I said, I'm down. I watch good, bad, all of
Yeah.
like all of scary. I'm good with all of it.
I love horror movies. We even like make a list of what we watch and we rank them. I'll have to send that to you.
Nice.
Black Phone. Have you seen that?
No, but I know Black Phone 2 is out in theaters. Daryl's been trying to get me to watch it, so I gotta watch the first one.
Another great movie.
Ethan Hawke, right? Ethan Hawke's the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What were you were gonna say? A movie?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you should watch Hell House LLC with Mr. Bellini in it.
Oh yes, Danny, the one that he made.
Yeah, well, he's in it. He's in that one and 2, I think.
In it.
1 and 2.
What's the name of it? Hell House?
Hell House LLC.
That's right. There it is. I'll put it on the docket, and I know that hopefully he's our next guest, potentially. Or, well, not next guest, but one of your next guests.
He's going to definitely be on here. I just don't know in what order, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that in preparation.
Yeah, no, it's super good. Yeah, no, I like like I said, the Final Destination was last. That Sam loves horror movies, so like she wanted to watch all of the Screams, so we watched all of them
too. All of them.
All of them. Yeah, like I like probably way too many times.
It's hard when they get like just like Final Destination. You know, there's like 8 or 9 Final Destinations. You're like, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even remember how many. I'm gonna probably watch I Know What You Did Last Summer, even though I'm sure I know exactly how it's gonna go.
Yeah, it's so cheesy. That and the early Screams, they're both so cheesy.
Well, I think there's like a new I Know What You Did Last Summer, or newer. I guess. I don't know. So I'm gonna give that a watch. I think that's probably gonna happen in the next night or two.
Nice. It's funny because this wasn't even planned, but you know, we opened talking about Smile and parasites eating souls, and today we're going to introduce kind of a new rotating opener, right? The last few episodes, if you've been listening, we kind of opened the episode with a one-line mental health check-in or a song or music that's been getting, you know, your spirits up. And I wanted to add maybe a few more into the rotation set. And one of the ideas that we came up with was what's been feeding your soul. And I think that can kind of be relatable because we talk about ups and downs and lulls and seasonal depression. You know, what's bigger now in October, getting into fall and end of the years and holidays and all that shit, when seasonal depression kicks in, and something that has to give you energy or peace, or at least take your mind off of everything else. You know, I know that you mentioned you might not have anything. I can go first.
No, like once the rest of the question was read, I'm like, I'm good. Like for me, it's been golf lately. I've been getting out there, trying to get out there, every week for sure, but multiple times a week lately. And it's just like this last Friday, this past Friday I was out there by myself just playing 18, and it was great.
Wow.
I enjoyed it immensely.
That's awesome. I mean, definitely good alone time. Clear your head.
Yeah, I got stuck behind these 2 old people that wouldn't let me play through, and so I'm just like, man, this is terrible, because like I'm bombing it onto them, and I'm like, let me just play through, guys. And then like they're hurrying up and scurrying off the tee box, so like, and as they see me coming, I'm like, you could easily just let me tee off and you won't ever see me again, because you'll be seeing the behind me, and I'm just gonna keep going. But no, they made me play behind them the whole game.
Is that awkward? Like, I know the thing is to usually just let them go by. Does it happen where people tell you, no, you can't play through?
I didn't even get to ask because, like I said, like they kept like I was trying to milk it as much as I could, but I'm just like I'm by myself. Like I'm not doing terrible, so like I'm actually playing pretty good this round. So I don't need to hit multiple shots. It's like I'm doing pretty decent. So for me anyway, I'm not. I still, I broke 100, but
I know nothing about golf. What is that good to break 100?
So 72 is par. So breaking 100 is like 30 over. So like it's not great. So you just figure you bogey every hole, sometimes double bogey. But like before I was playing every day, it was like 110s, 120s. Not having a good time, but now when I hit a bad shot, I know why. So then I just I'll put the ball down and hit another one, especially by myself. But like I said, I didn't really need to this last round. I was hitting the ball pretty good, and
good.
The week before when I played with my girl, I ended up shooting just front nine, but I shot like a 42 on the front, which was really good. So,
because she was visiting you, you had to look good in front of her. You can't be shanking everything into the woods.
I was just like, all right. Well, no, I think because I was forced to take my time. I was forced to just breathe and just take my time and stuff because it was like one of her first times playing. So it was. We went into it knowing it was going to take a while to get through 9, and we had a blast. It was a good time.
That's awesome.
It's been, like I said, being out there has been really great, no matter who's been out there or when I've been by myself. But yeah, when she was out there, I wish I had played the whole 18 because I'm sure it would have been the best round of my life.
Career day.
For me, yeah. At that point, if I would have kept playing, it would have been an 84, which I would have just shut up about.
Texting everybody, I did it.
Yeah, well, no, I broke 90, significantly, but what about you? What's been feeding your soul?
Something strange. Well, I guess not strange, but I guess a product of it. I've just been thinking a lot lately about taking my family to the next level, financially, or I guess financial security wise. And, I've been thinking a lot about 401ks and consolidating them and talking to financial, analysts and advisors and everything. So it's really just diversifying my portfolio, but really, talking about the shit that people don't really talk about early on, like stocks and bonds and 401ks. But one of the things that I say is weird that have come from it is I've been thinking about dabbling or learning about day trading. And just learn, not gambling, which you probably think of. Yes, but educating myself.
Are you doing options?
This is it's so long to get into, but trust me when I say coming up with a plan, starting off with paper trading, looking into low cost, low risk investment day trading. There's a whole thing to it.
I know. I wish you luck. I will never. That is just something that I will never.
But that's because you are a gambler, and there's a big difference between gambling and day trading. You're a gambler. You say it. What do you want to say?
No, I mean, you're not one. You're not wrong. I am a gambler, but so are you, sir. And that's why I'm like, day trading.
No,
not a good idea for a gambler.
The bets that I make are dollar bets on Hard Rock app that are like 16 leg parlays that if they hit, I would get a shit ton of money. I don't make big bets, and also I don't like when I go to Vegas, I don't like gambling. Maybe I'll take like 50 or $100 at the table, but I'm not going to throw $1,500 out the door in one day.
Who does that? Who's
like
losing 1,500 in a day? That's crazy, Kyle.
That's crazy. Oh God. Today's episode is while we get into it here is really, like I said, listener feedback. Every day we kind of close this show with send us a message, keep the conversation going. And there definitely have been people who have, whether it's been by text, Instagram direct messaging, emails, or just people I talk to, whether it's on the phone with a closed circle or meeting somebody in person who listens to the show. And that's kind of what I wanted to do. I think we kicked off today's episode covering things that scared us, and the first listener recommendation is around parenting, around growing up. How different things look now that we're on the other side. And, what she had said is parenting in today's world versus our childhood or our parents, right? Now that we're parents, comparing generations and not how we'd want to parent our kids, but how we do parent them, knowing or maybe going back on what we know now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's very relatable. And, when we talk about parenting in today's world versus ours, look where we, look at the technology bubble that we were on, and it's completely different, right?
Yeah. We at least could escape. Like, if we were getting bullied or, anything like that at school, you could at least escape. Like, you could go home. And, like, especially if your bully didn't know where you lived or didn't ride your bus or, one of those things, like, you were good, you were safe. And now, not so much. These kids have to deal with that 24/7, 365, the internet's a cruel, cruel place. We got the benefit of the internet. We grew up with it. We got to see it before it was. We were talking about it a little bit before. We were chat rooms, but like nowadays, it's it's these kids live and die by what their likes and all of that. And I'm like, guys, there's so much more. But maybe not, because they see a lot of these kids and adults blowing up on these things. So I don't know. And part of me is like, man, that's like that the percentage of the amount of people that use this thing that actually become like Instagram famous or TikTok famous or however whatever famous is so small. And I'm like, please do something else, and then like do this on the side, sure. And if it becomes something, sure. But have a skill, please. Like like, it is not.
But when you see, these YouTubers, right? Everybody becomes a YouTuber. You at some point you find out about OnlyFans. Everybody has a cooking Instagram or a couple's Instagram where they just recycle the same reels over and over again. And when you're a kid, like, how can you not? It's right there.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Like I said, I'm all for it. Do it, but do other things too. Like that can't be an end all be all. Like, especially like you got 100 followers. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, be practical, but you can't be telling them how to be practical. Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, we grew up. We didn't have to deal with this. Like all we had to do was like, who was on our block that we can go play with, like who we could go hang out with.
We talked about it. Our MySpace top 8.
Yeah, who's a bike ride away? Like you had your bike friends, and then you had your car ride friends. Like, I don't know. It's tough. I don't know what I would prefer. You know, would I prefer to raise kids back then, or would I prefer to raise them now? Like I personally like it now because like I've experienced all this already. Like luckily I grew up with the technology and I've used it every day. So you're not gonna tell me something I don't know about this. I'm gonna probably show you some things. So like at least I can help navigate it. Like hey, like you don't, you know.
That's true.
Sam, I think, didn't have an Instagram until she was like 15, like or anything like that until high school. Like we made sure you don't need it. Like and even then I don't think you need it, but I understand. So
at that point everybody has it and you like you're going to be made fun of if you don't. It's so
not just that.
shitty.
Like, there's just no stopping it. Like you're not stopping that train.
We've raised all three of our kids the same way. You know, we're not a tablet family. We don't sit down at dinner and give them a tablet. We don't, if we go out to dinner, you can bring a toy, maybe a car or a doll or something, but other than that, you're a part of the table, right? You're not getting the cell phone. You're not watching YouTube. One of the craziest things that I see is when parents sit their kids down, they give them a tablet and give them fucking headphones. Like,
yep, here you go.
They don't even know they're go into a different world. Don't be a part of this family and a part of this dinner or a part of this outing. Go into a different world and I don't want to deal with you kind of parent. And that's shit.
Definitely how it feels.
When I worked at the restaurant, that drove me crazy.
That's definitely how it feels. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely, when Sam was younger, gave her the phone and stuff. But that was because she was asking for it. This was probably like not when she was little. Probably like when Kinsley, your eldest.
Kinsley. She's 10.
About her age, like she'd be like she didn't want to participate in what was going on, and I'm like, all right, fine, here. But like once it was like both headphones in, I'm like, nah, like leave it in the car, or like I don't like that too much. Like when you're just watching stuff and like you're participating, but like kind of like whatever is around you, like the ambient noise and stuff, and you're chiming every once in a while rather than you isolate yourself. It's like
it's just different. Like you say prefer or not prefer, but for instance, like one thing I really hate right now is Kinsley is now in 5th grade, but she's in 5th grade and they have class iPads that they walk around with, but then they also have class folders, and every class has a class book, but every class has a different application that they have to do their homework on. And I'm just like she comes home with homework and she's like, oh, in social studies I have to do this on the app, this in the book, and this on my tablet. And I'm just like what? Like why? Sometimes she forgets to do homework because she has 17 different methods on how to do homework based on what class it is.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You're in 5th grade. You're 10 years old. What did we have? A piece of paper? And say, hey, answer these questions tonight and bring it back to school tomorrow?
Yeah, we didn't have to look multiple places. You had a planner, write it down.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I feel bad for, I can't yell at her because sometimes she gets so overwhelmed, right, between school and dance and everything, and then she comes home and she's like, she has her tablet here, her book here, this here, and I'm just like, well, she's like, well, this question's in this app and this. I'm like, damn, really? Like, why are you making it so? I understand you're wanting to teach these kids and technology, they can use apps or whatever to teach them, but simplify it and don't this isn't a college course. Like even in college, it doesn't get that difficult for us.
It wasn't broke. Why are we fixing it?
I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess I didn't have to deal with that too much because a lot of Sam's stuff was the technology was at school. They didn't have to bring it home with them, so a lot of their homework was still paper. But I mean, I don't know. She was in private school till high school, so
yeah, she's in private schools, and it's the Montessori's and all of that. They start doing Chinese and all of this, and I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that parenting today is harder or just different?
I different. I would never say parenting's harder in any generation. I think it's just evolved, and I think our parents had to deal with certain things, and their parents had to deal with certain things raising them that, like, we don't have to deal with, like, I mean, I would say something about, like, vaccines and stuff, but I don't want to go all that, but, like, the known vaccines and stuff, like, we don't have to deal with, like, the measles one. Like, we know that, we're good, all of these things aren't going to kill you. They're going to, more than likely keep it from, like, polio. Like, you're not going to get polio, like, so I don't know. It's definitely different. I would never, like I said, I don't think it's harder. I think aspects of it are harder. Just like I'm sure there's aspect like lead paint. We don't have to deal with lead paint, dude. So I don't know.
So it seems like you think we have it easier from the medical front, is what you're trying to say.
Not just the medical front, but like that's just the first things that pop into my head. Obviously, it's just like the low hanging fruit there. And that's low hanging fruit for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, we've talked about it back and forth. Our childhoods were just so much simpler. It was school. The memes always pop up. Mountain Dew, Call of Duty, and whatever. McDonald's, Monopoly. What year is it? 2004? No, it's 2025 or whatever it is. But it was just simpler times, simpler TV shows, simpler this, simpler that. Technology, and we've said it before. Technology is what changed everything, and it made it just so much more hectic to be a kid in today's world. And sometimes I feel bad for them. They have the world at their fingertips.
It's made everything hectic, though. I mean, yes, yeah. I mean, they don't. I mean. Yeah, they'll never be raised with you'll never have a calculator in your pocket. How many times were we told that?
Yeah, you can't say that to somebody.
Like, they laugh at you. So when you got to teach, imagine trying to teach somebody math. Why do I need math? Like, I don't need. I have the calculator, and then you're like, well, you need to know how to do stuff because the calculator's wrong when you don't put it in right, and so.
But you have AI now where you can say something wrong and it does it for you. But I also think that has made parenting. It can make parenting more lazy. Yeah,
I agree. Lazy. I mean, that's just lazy parenting, like not being involved or, like putting, like I said, a 2-year-old with an iPad and headphones. It's like, what social skills are we teaching these children? It's no wonder these kids are awkward adults and can't hold jobs. And
the argument could be like, oh, my parents used to, tell me to go to my room and play with my toys. And even still, I feel like that's different because if I'm in my room playing my toys, having an imagination, right? Yeah, I'm staying to myself, but I'm imagining things, right? And I'm creating scenarios to where, no, here, just lock in and brain rot.
Right, that's all that is. It's just vegging out. Like, that's what my grandma used to call it, vegging out.
Vegging out. Yeah, my grandma used to say
in front of the boob tube. Vegging out in front of the boob tube, and I'm like, go outside. So kids don't play outside. I can tell you that. Like my girl was in town, and she's like, "There's no children playing outside." I'm like, "Yeah, it's crazy.
It's rare to see people at the park."
Yeah, riding a bike, playing basketball. It's like it's dying. Like it happens, but
yep. I think we stick to the kind of past theme here, and I want to move into.
You're getting better at that.
Pretty early the segues.
Yeah.
Thank you. In one of the early episodes, Preston and I believe it was Preston and I, we read some old Facebook posts, and it got a lot of great feedback. People have been sending me posts in, and I wanted to, I had somebody say, "Hey, I wish you'd do that again." I want to spend the next few minutes, reading old Facebook posts, talking about them. It doesn't spark a memory or whatever it might be, and just kind of see how cringe we were looking back then. The first one, the first two I want to share were user sent in. What's the word I'm looking for? User submitted.
Yeah.
User submitted.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I don't fucking know. I wasn't gonna find the words.
Oh God.
So she sends me this text, and it's with the screenshot of her thing, and it was 15 years ago, and it just says, "You know shit went south when you wake up and hear ... What the fuck? Someone puked on my toothbrush. Blame it on the goose. Letting loose."
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's 15 years ago. It was so much. Our childhood was so different that we were puking on toothbrush.
God, that's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
But here's the thing about it. You know shit went south when you wake up and hear. So she's waking up and someone else
is saying it. Yeah.
Someone puked on my toothbrush. So in this scenario, I believe that she got so drunk, she threw up in somebody's bathroom, and the toothbrush was probably out, and she probably got it all over that, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's terrible. So, like, imagine waking up being like, "Oh, I'm responsible. I didn't throw up everywhere. I did good." And then, like, your bathroom's wrecked. You got vomit on your toothbrush, and you're like, "I didn't do this.
Yeah, that's not my vomit."
Me. Oh God, that's instant trash can. That's what that is. It's instant trash can. For me, like,
absolutely.
One of the.
Are you gonna use the toothbrush again?
Right? No, God. Yeah. Wash it, clean it. If it was yours, there's an argument for it, but still, I wouldn't have. I would have just thrown it away. I don't know. Yeah. There might have been a point in my life.
If there's an argument for it,
okay, broke college kid that I might have needed to fucking wash the toothbrush if it was mine.
If it was mine,
dude. If it was mine.
You can get a toothbrush for like a quarter, unless you have like one of those.
That is true. I mean,
$150 electric toothbrush.
I would definitely, if I had a $150 toothbruch in college. Like now, I'll just buy a new one. But back then, yeah, I'm watching that thing for sure. My first Sonicare toothbrush, yeah, I think $1,000. Yeah, I'm washing that. But again, if it's my throw up, if it's someone else's, it's instant garbage.
Oh God! Well, the next one that I got sent in was a fraternity brother.
Oh, nice.
I know that we just had one in last week, but he sent me one from 14 years ago. It didn't really make sense. So it was a picture of an Ernest Hemingway. His first post was Ernest Hemingway, hard as fuck. Ernest Hemingway is an author. And then his very next post was study party in the library. And I was like, what am I looking at? And he was like, I thought the hard as fuck Ernest Hemingway poster fit the bill because then I noticed we were studying at the library the same day. And there was a bar at UCF called Library.
The night library, right?
Yeah.
Night library.
And I'm wondering if this was like a study party post and we were actually at Library.
That's what I figured it was.
I don't know. I was very confused, but he thought it was funny. If it's study party in the actual library and then the motivational next picture is Ernest Hemingway hard as fuck, I guess they go hand in hand.
I think it's the partying and then Ernest Hemingway like with the Ernest Hemingway quote.
Yeah, that would go well too.
I'm going with that.
You share one for me.
Yeah, when you dropped the bomb on me, half hour before we started about looking for these, like it was perfect timing because I had literally one pop up today, one of my favorite videos ever of Sam. And it's her, I'm asking her what she thinks of Tom Brady. And it's her saying that Tom Brady's poopy. And she's probably like 2, so it's like in like the cutest like kid voice. And my stepdad's a Patriots fan. So it's perfect. So every time it comes up, like I've had it for 13 years now, 14 years now. So every time it pops up, I send it to my whole family. And
That's awesome.
it's one of my favorite memories. And I'm like, well, I was like, luckily it pops up so obviously I went back and started looking, and I was around when Facebook was .edu, so like you have to have the college email to get one. So I went back to when I first had it, like August of 2006, which because apparently you can do that on Facebook. And
yeah, mine was later, but it was the same. I remember I couldn't wait to get to college to make a Facebook because you could not use one.
Right. Yeah, that's when MySpace died, was when Facebook became public to everyone. That's when MySpace definitely died. So I went back and looked, and I'm like, nothing was really out of pocket. I was tagged in like photos from college and people asking me questions, but it was never me. I was never out of pocket. But Jesus, some of the
I'm sure they're there somewhere. Either because the thing is I remember the first time we tried to do this, I couldn't find anything. But it's just always when you click memories and randomly you're like, holy
I'm sure
shit.
it's comments that I've made on other people's would be great. So if anybody has them, that they get 12 years ago, Cherry commented on that, like screenshot it, like that'd be great. I would love that, but I only got to like 2011, 2012, and like by that point I had Sam, and then so at that point it's all kid stuff.
You blame the kid. You blame the kid.
I'm not blaming the kid. Like before that, it was me asking people to play golf, and then literally like people asking if people wanted to get drunk. It was. Does anybody want to get drunk? Does anybody want to play golf? And then Sam stuff. So. My second or you didn't share any of yours yet. Those were users.
Yeah, those are users. Go ahead, give me another one.
Oh no, we'll just go in like order. Like
I found two of them that kind of go hand in hand, where it's I love my new phone. So this is 2010. So what are we at? 15 years ago. And so it says, I love my new phone. It cleans up my drink texting. It's supposed to say drunk texting. And then, oh, no, I guess it's not, because it says, I love my new phone. It cleans up my drink texting. And then in parentheses, it says, you don't even know I'm drunk right now. Thanks, Sprint. And it just made me laugh because
they clearly do.
We were a part of that age where it had autocorrecting. We were one of the first ones to, have autocorrecting come out. And I just thought it was so funny because then the post right after that, well, it's not a post, it's me commenting on somebody's wall, because back then you couldn't reply or text. You had to go back and forth like text messaging. And it's me writing on this girl, her wall. And it says, when did I drunk text you? Because I haven't been drunk in a couple of nights.
Oh my God.
Like there's so many funny things about that, where it's like I have one post here where it says that it cleans my drunk texting, but then I have this other one where somebody's obviously complained about my drunk text, and I know I was very bad about that back in the day. But the funniest part is I haven't been drunk in a couple of nights.
Yeah, you have literally the very post right above it is I wasn't drunk the night before. That's
just to think, like in college, a couple of nights was like a crazy long time back then.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, a couple of hard weeks so far.
Monday and Tuesday because it wasn't football season.
Let's do one or two more each.
Yeah, the other one I have with Sam. Which side note? One of the reasons why I'm looking forward to basketball season, Dirk Nowitzki's going to be doing some broadcasting.
Oh,
and he is quite the treat on the mic and calling a game. Like he was hurt back in the day, and he was calling one of his own games for like a quarter, and somebody did an alley-oop right in front of him. I want to say, or it was like a dunk. It might have been a breakaway slam, but it was something something that he got excited about, and he stands up and goes, "Shut it down, let's go home," in his German ass accent. And Sam heard it, and so she says it, and I ended up recording it one of the times, and it's one of my favorite memories is "Shut it down, let's go home." Because, dude, like, it was towards the end of the game, like, packing it in, he's ready to go, and, like, saw it, got super excited. I'm like, nice, Dirk. And, yeah, that pops up. So when that pops up, that's a good one.
That's awesome. I love to watch Dirk play. Definitely, we used to watch basketball a lot more back when he played, and he was an interesting player to watch. I don't think anybody will ever forget the championship that he won against the Miami Heat.
Some say it's the greatest of all time, just because of who he had on his team, and
he carried that shit.
No, I don't know of anyone else that could have won with what he won with. Like, and I'm not just being like, oh, like, I'm just being honest. Like, if somebody hasn't seen him play, like, do yourself the favor, because it's that good.
It's that good. Well, the last one is from a friend of ours, James Oja. You know Oja. I don't even know why I'm asking you, but
James.
And 2019, I went on a Miami trip with, I think, Callie and Preston and Erod or a few people, and I wore a bathing suit, like a flowery bathing suit with a matching like flowery shirt. And when it was together, it looked like a romper. So in 2019, he comments on my wall, where can I get one of those fancy rompers like yours?
I remember.
But then for the next 3 to 4 years, he started taking my pictures of me in that outfit and photoshopping it into different scenarios and just
I remember.
I mean, it was probably to the point where he was daily posting on my wall of just me in this clothes with a new Photoshop and something about a romper,
Romper daddy.
Yeah, romper daddy. Yeah.
I remember we were all going to get rompers and go on, like...
That's when the male romper came into play.
I am still down to get, to go cruise it up with my boys in rompers.
He took a break for like a year, but just recently he either tagged or posted or put something on my wall about rompers, and I appreciate Oja and the.
Oh, is he bringing it back?
I hope so. I always loved seeing his posts. I mean, his Photoshop is top notch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's second to none. If nobody knows what we're talking about, like, do yourself a favor, look up Mr. James Oja, because he's quite the character. Oja approved is his new stuff.
I think he has a big following on TikTok.
Yeah.
I used to love when he was in, construction and he'd always post
he still is.
Pictures in like short ass shorts.
Now he's the boss, so he can't do that.
Yeah, there you go. No more. Oh man. So if you have Facebook posts, like these that are cringe, that are funny, that are, 15, 16, 17 years old, and they show kind of your drunk former self, please send those in. I enjoy seeing them. I love seeing that other people are as out of pocket as I was.
Yeah, I'm just looking like white boy wasted on my birthday, and like
yeah. I'm telling you, just randomly when you look at your memories, there's one's gonna pop up and you're gonna send it to me.
Yeah. I'll and we'll post it or something for sure.
Yeah,
we'll do that. We'll do a throwback.
It's funny how much we cringe looking back on some of those posts, but half of them were really just us kind of trying to figure out who we were supposed to be or what we were supposed to be doing. At least for me, just really drunk. I used to have a hashtag finding answers at the bottom. Was me and my buddy's hashtag for a while, because if it was always like, hey, something's on my mind or something's wrong, hey, let's go to the bar and find the answers at the bottom of a bottle, and it kind of...
Ours was get the werewolf off our backs, because we would drink Silver Bullets, Coors Light.
Oh, there you go. Nice. I like that.
Yeah, get the werewolf off our backs. So
the Silver Bullet ammunition.
Shout out Lou.
I mean, just that sentiment, right? Of just being free and figuring out our timeline back then. I think it leads perfectly into our last user topic, or our last poll topic of the should trap. And I think the idea here is just living by other people's timelines, right? Whether it's, hey, you're 25 years old, you should have this, this, and this. Or you're 37 years old, you should have this, this, and this. And whether it's a career, kids, money, marriage, there's a lot of pressure to have it all figured out. Especially, I guess the other running theme here of today's episode is with social media. We talked with Mike last week just about like a social presence and what we portray.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get into that, you should have this. And so what they put on social media is maybe that should of what people think they need to see. What do you say to that?
They show you what they want to show you. So I have no reason to believe their life's it could be just as hectic and sometimes crappy as our lives can be hectic and crappy.
Yeah.
But just as, they just choose to decide that is great. And if we all did that, we would have a great, everything would look all hunky dory on our social media. But some of us are truer than others, and when I used to, I know I was a lot of it. It's all attention seeking, right? Anything you post is attention seeking, and I've come to realize that it's not everything, but when you start posting like hashtags and things like that, I'm like, you're trying to be seen. And if you're posting to store things, or the post you posted the other day, maybe might have been today, might have been yesterday, but it was beautiful. I'm like, this is great. And I'm like, the fact that you did it, weeks after when you went, and it just proves that you are taking to heart what you talked about, and trying, you're living more in the moment, and that's what that's what it's there for. I don't post, if I'm looking back, I don't post shit anymore. And right. I don't want any attention. I'm good. I'm good with what I got. I'm good with the attention I got. This is friends. Good. I post with this, and that's okay. That's what this is here for. I want that. If I'm going to be posting, I want it to be about this. I want it to be about, something that could bring positivity to other people and stuff. I don't mind posting, I'm not going to show you my life, on a daily basis. I thought about that multiple times. And I just get cringed every time. I want to show, the parts of what I do, and I'm going to, the knife making and things of that nature, but I don't have to show you guys what I'm doing on a daily basis. I don't, that stuff is just keeping up with the Joneses. I don't I don't prescribe. I buy what I want to buy. I like what I like. Some of it's nice and expensive. Some of it's dirt. But it's me. I stay authentic to me. I don't can influence my ass. So
have you ever, whether it's recently or, when you were younger, have you ever had anybody, whether it's in your family or your network or your circle, come to you and be like, hey, you're 22, well, I guess you had kids early, but you're 22, you should be here with money or career or something?
No, I've felt, and I think we all feel like we're not where we wanted to be. When I look back at my life, I look back and I always had certain dates, by my 25th birthday, this, by my 30th birthday, this, by my 35th birthday, this, and
but those are goals, right? Your goals.
No, yes and no. I think there were more expectations, not goals.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like goals. You have plans, right? Like you go a goal without a plan is just what is it? A dream? Not gonna happen. So if like a goal is something that you can make happen. I
Fair.
think these weren't that. Like these were. It definitely wasn't a goal, but like I want to be married with a family and a house and like a white picket fence, or not that I wanted a picket fence, or but like I expected to be married by 25. I expected to own a house by that point. Like by the time I was 35, I expected to XYZ. Like I can't even remember what they were because they were children's, expectations. And then as I got older, or as I started reaching these, dates or times in life, I was just like, well, I'm not where I want to be, but I mean, I'm on no one's timeline. Like, and I've never been, as an adult, since I like being responsible for somebody else. I've never been like, oh, I need to have this or this. I kind of lucked into doing what I do for a living. I went to school for something completely different. So I circumstances in my life have been there but it was also hard work and other things that got me to where I'm at. So I don't know. I've never felt like behind in life. I like now, but definitely before.
Yeah. Listen, it's okay to feel that way. It's if you've never felt like it before,
right? Yeah, but it also can be unhealthy too. I never envied anybody else or what they had at any age. Like it was always like what I always had expected from a young age. Like because like you have these expectations of like, oh well, my parents were 23 when they got married or whatever, like what have you, owning a home and things of that nature. And it was just like, well, I mean, I still don't own a home, but I mean that's a choice I've made because I'm like I don't even know if I want to live where I live right now. So especially for the last few years, it's been a definite choice.
But it's also much harder to get a home, especially as a single adult in today's world.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I think I do well enough that I would be okay no matter what. But
yeah.
Neither here nor there. Like, I think that, like those things are like it can get you down and bring you down, and then like that's why like now, almost we're pushing. At least I'm pushing 40. I won't put your age.
We're not having this conversation again.
Yeah, I was like, but
we had this conversation when Hugo was on.
Yeah, I know. I know. But like. My point was, I'm not trying to change topic. My point was about bringing up my age. It's like I don't give a fuck. Like I don't like I'm like I would love to be married again, or in those sort of things. But it's like in time, all of these things will come to me when they're supposed to be. Like I'm supposed like when. And if these things are supposed to happen, they'll be mine when it's supposed to be. So, just keep going. Just keep trucking. What about you? I mean, when do you ever feel behind in life? When was the first time, if so?
I've definitely felt behind in life. Probably a few different times. I think. Coming out of college, I spent a lot of my college years partying very, very, very hard, especially into my junior and senior year. I even hung back a year after and stayed in Orlando, like after I graduated, because I didn't, I still worked at the restaurant. I didn't have any goals. It was just, hey, my friends, I still have friends here, especially that are still in college. Let me stay and party with them. And I think it was a shock when my mom fired me from the restaurant ultimately, which led to my move to Tampa. and just applying for jobs outside of the restaurant business. I went to school for law and marketing, and I just didn't really know like what to do outside of like sales. So going into my first job, I didn't know what I wanted my career to be. I definitely felt like I was behind. I have friends going to law school and friends moving back home or taking jobs in New York or Colorado, and I'm just like, well, what am I doing? And that's definitely happened before too. I recently went through a few layoffs, and it brought up, hey, what's my career? What's my purpose? I guess it ties back to sales too. How do I get out of sales, and what more else is there out there for me? I see people again in their early 30s traveling the world, and I tried to travel more after that, and I guess like you said, it becomes that looking at other people's social media and just getting that mindset of, if other people have this, why can't I? And maybe I'm behind in some sort of way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but envy is a deadly sin. Like,
I don't. It's not envy though.
I mean, when you are, it is though. When you are looking at other people and like, oh, I'm behind because of what these people are doing. That like, you're envious. Like, you wish you had that thing, and I'm like, I trust me. I wish I made better decisions when I was younger. Like, I'd be sitting on a yacht somewhere if I didn't lose the hard drive with Bitcoin. Like, where would I be right now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But if I sat here and was like, oh, like, harped on that stuff, like I like that. We're not saying we're harping, not saying that you're harping or anything like
but
that.
I mean it in a different way. Like this, for example, like I have friends that after college, maybe they went on to be like doctors, or they have these big write-ups about them
for that. Like.
But what I'm saying is like behind in the sense that, all right, I'm just a sales guy still. Like, there's not anything relevant to what I'm doing. I don't, because personally, like, I want more, and I think that's kind of where this podcast came from too.
But that's personally like you want more, right? So you're looking for more. You're searching for more. Like, I trust me, I've been struggling with my purpose as of late too. So the volunteering, like, this is just volunteering more, giving back more. Like, there's something to it. There's something to like that service. And
okay, let me ask you this: is that then the guilt of feeling behind and reframing it as a purpose? And it's just you maybe you don't feel behind, but maybe you're wanting more, and personally you're behind. So
no, I think it's natural to always want. I think it's natural to want more. But I don't want more because of someone else.
Okay.
I think that's the difference. Like, I don't want more because I saw it on Instagram. I want more because I could be with my family more, or I can be doing this more, or this opportunity to XYZ. Like, that's why I want more. I don't want more because Sally Joe told me I need this Prada bag or whatever. I could give two shits. Like, sell your makeup, sell your goods. I don't care. But like, for me, like, I want more because of what more does, not because of the more things more does. Like, okay. Things are things. I don't give a shit.
Things are things.
They come and go, man.
Last question on this kind of topic is, and we've talked about this a little bit. Maybe it's a home for you, but is there something that you thought you should have had by now, but you're kind of glad that you don't have it?
Wife.
But you had a wife.
Yeah, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I don't anymore. No.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no. Oh, that was funny. No, I especially that. I'm glad that I'm glad we figured it out early on that we weren't supposed to be married, and then has given me the opportunity to take my time and find the right person.
It's funny you said that. I mean, just funny. Not yes, that was funny, but it's funny you said that because
I know that. Yeah,
that would be my answer too. Is I have kids and I've been with multiple partners and I was actually engaged once, and I think the normalcy of all this is, you should be married with the person that you have kids to. And like you just said, I'm kind of glad that we didn't get married, and we decided very early on before, while we were engaged, that this wasn't going to work out. And, I didn't go down the rabbit hole of getting married and putting all of my stuff into somebody else's name. And then, that could have, that breakup, that divorce could have been even messier than it was with Kinsley's mom. But, it definitely allowed me to restart my life on my own and go out and find a partner, like in Cali, that eventually, I know people are like, oh, you have a house and 2 kids, you've been together 6 years, when are you getting married? There's pros and cons to not being married yet, but I know that eventually we're going to be there.
Yeah, the government benefits of her being a single mother are pretty sweet.
We don't talk about that. Big Brother's always listening.
What? You're not married. That's what they're there for. So trust me, like I would be doing the same thing. But anyway, I the marriage, like that's the one thing I've always I not regretted, but that's always something that's weighed on me, especially with Sam, like not being able to have like a traditional family, like from my side. Like she's got a stepdad and a mom, and her her mom's married. She's got a little brother as well over there, so like she's got that, but I have never been able to give her that, and I don't know if it was just me not wanting to, introduce, women to her, or like she's only met, now 2, well, technically 2 of my, girlfriends. So in the 16 years that she's been alive. So
right.
For me, like I valued like not bringing someone into her life that I didn't think was worth it. And but that's the thing that I probably, wish was different, I guess. But again, thankful that I haven't made the same mistake, again, where I married someone and it wasn't like this. When I do it again, it's for forever. Like I'm not doing it like that one, like I'm going to do it right. So,
yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, the only timeline that matters is our own, right? Everything else is just kind of noise.
No, yeah, for me, especially now, like I don't care. I'm gonna have all the things I ever want, and it's just a matter of time. So I know that, like I don't know. I don't think it's arrogance. I think it's more self-confidence and just self-belief of like what I'm
100%.
capable of. So like I know that I'm gonna get what I've always wanted. It's just a matter of time. So.
It's beautiful. I wish a lot of people had more of that mindset. If we can laugh at who we were, be honest about where we're at, and think about where we want to be, and just stop apologizing for the pace of how we're getting there, I think that's growth. So it's not arrogance, it's confidence. And honestly, that's a mental positive place to be, a mentally positive place to be.
Yeah, I'm definitely like working on not explaining myself. Like I don't care if I'm understood. So why do I don't care. Like I'll try to have you see my point maybe once, and after that I don't care.
Hell yeah. Any last words for our topics or our listeners on the feedback episode?
Just keep them coming. I'd love to, do more of these episodes in the future. Maybe, I know this is on the spot, but maybe even have like a way for them to call in eventually to like leave voicemails or something. I think would be I think that would be great. Like I know it might only be Oja, but I know someone will call.
Oh God!
Leave us voicemails. So like, not that I would ever give our personal numbers out, but like maybe we can figure out a way that's a possibility. I'll look into it.
But you know how many scam calls would get?
It's literally just a voicemail thing, like not where we can answer it or anything. Like you just leave a message, and like I think that would be fun. I think having a segment where we could go back and listen to them. I think would be a good time, especially on air. We just play them back on air. I think would be great, and a live react to them. I think it would be great. We could have a whole new segment. So maybe
you might be on with something.
If people interact more, I will come. We can come out. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's services out there that they just cost money. So I'm glad to shell it out if people are going to interact, but I don't want to do it and never get phone calls. So,
moral of the story is, like, share, comment, subscribe so we can get more money to do these things.
Yeah, exactly. We want to interact more with you guys.
Oh, God. Well, I appreciate it. It was always, it's always, I know we say this kind of every episode, but it's always fun to just get back with you and I. Excited for next week's guest, bringing on a couple of Greek brothers from Tampa. But, if any part of today's episode hit home, share it with a friend, tag us at CrodsPod on Instagram, help us keep the conversation going. Thank you so much to those that helped build today's episode, that gave us feedback on Instagram, that integrated, not integrated, what the fuck's the word? Interacted with our poll.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know what you're trying to say, bud.
That said they loved the Facebook memory post. Please keep it coming. We drop new episodes every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. live on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. If you have a story, a topic, or just need to vent, email us at CrodsPod, that's CRODSPOD @gmail.com. We want to hear from you. We are here to talk to or for you. Our safe space is your outlet. And as always, until next time, live fast, eat ass, or just slow down and realize you're not actually behind.